All right, let's end the show with this one. Sports Illustrated, shout out to Sports Illustrated and SI.com/NFL/Steelers. But Sports Illustrated and their national team put out a prediction with 6 analysts, all predicting the playoff seeds and how the playoffs turn out. 6 analysts, one person had the Pittsburgh Steelers amongst their playoff bracket. One person. There were at least 3 or 4 Cincinnati Bengals making the playoffs, and 1 Jacksonville Jaguars, and 1 New England Patriots making the playoffs. 1 Pittsburgh Steelers. They won 1 game in that process, and that was it. I have a straightforward question for you because you have them at 10 wins and I have them at 12, both playoff teams. Are we missing something? Are we overlooking something here? Are we too optimistic? You know what I mean? People like to say that we are not optimistic human beings. You know, some people, I went on a whole thing yesterday about how I had overreactions of straight negativity. I had what's more likely's of straight negativity. I felt like I was pretty realistic about my predictions here. I felt like you were more realistic. Are we missing something? Are the Pittsburgh Steelers not a playoff team? Are they much worse than we think that they are? What's up, AST Nation? I've teamed up with DraftKings. The next great touchdown is coming. You can bet on it. And the best way to do so is through DraftKings Sportsbook, where new customers who bet $5 get $300 instantly in bonus bets and $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Football season is finally here, and DraftKings Sportsbook is the place to be. For me, it's all about pregame and live game, making sure I hit every chance I have to stay in on the action. DraftKings Sportsbook is where I do it. New customers who bet $5 get $300 instantly in bonus bets and $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Just sign up using my promo code ALLSTEELERS and get in on the action. DraftKings Sportsbook, where all the touchdowns matter.
Maybe I is the answer that I think I have to at least leave space for today, because like you said, I thought I was, the king of pessimism, the king of like sort of like Homer realism. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like I felt like I had, I almost at times felt bad for being, someone who covers the Steelers, who has been so down on the team in so many respects and has to sort of play devil's advocate so often in these conversations. But after reading about what this national coverage is and the outlook on the Steelers as we are 3 days away from week 1 kickoff here, apparently there is not a lot of confidence surrounding the Pittsburgh Steelers. And maybe it is just because we've been too close to it. Maybe it is because I've spent hours, going through tape and looking over notes from training camp and talking about this with you and all the other people on the beat. And, maybe that is just, I'm in too deep, maybe that is just the thing. But I didn't think so until reading this thing earlier today or whenever you sent it to me. Like, I have thought that I had a pretty strong but fair analysis of the Pittsburgh Steelers and sort of where things were going heading into the 2025 season. But for so many people who have a lot more experience than you and I to say that, like, they might be an 8-win team that doesn't make the playoffs, feels like maybe I'm overlooking something, or maybe we have not delved into the problems on maybe offense enough, or maybe the offensive line is being so overlooked across the NFL national circuit that's contributing to it. Maybe we're giving too much credence to the defense and what they're going to do heading into the season. I'm not sure. It feels like there is something missing here in this conversation between, the local outlook on the team and the national outlook on the team. So I don't know. Maybe you have to go back to the drawing board with me, and we have to look at, reevaluate our optimism, which is crazy for me to even say.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't get it. I don't understand it. There's no part of me that understands it. You watch it and just go, or you read it and just go like, what am I? The Jaguars? What?
Yeah.
How are we?
Yeah.
How did we? And it goes the other way too. Like the Bengals. Like if I'm allowed to be too optimistic about the Steelers defense, I get it. I guess that we're allowed to be too optimistic about the Bengals offense. But like, I also feel like they weigh each other out. Where it's like the Bengals defense is so bad, and maybe the Steelers offense is going to be so bad. The difference is that it's run by Aaron Rodgers. And at the end of the day, I just look at it like that's a bump. It's not a big bump. Maybe it's no bump, but it's gotta, like, you gotta believe in something. I think maybe we are. I think maybe maybe Broderick Jones stinks. Maybe the Steelers offense can't run the football at all, which is a real possibility. Maybe DK Metcalf is not enough for Jonnu Smith, Calvin Austin and company. Maybe they're not even close. Maybe the Steelers suffer a big injury in week 1 and it's all over. Who knows? But I'm telling you, I don't feel that we're off. I feel like it's all there, but I feel like it's arguably better than it is going to be worse. I have a hard time looking at it and saying the Steelers' schedule is easier than it was a year ago, and their team definitely got better. And I don't know what we're missing. Like I just don't. To me, it's like you have inside linebacker depth. You have a better offensive line. Hopefully, you probably have a worse running game for sure. You have a better wide receiver core. You have a better quarterback. You have a better secondary. And you won 10 games last season in the worst schedule of all time. I don't know. To me, it's just like it's there. I can't come up with the logic to say somehow it got worse.
Yeah. And what's really funny is I forget which one of the writers that were giving their playoff predictions and all that stuff on the national team, but someone who did not put the Steelers into the playoffs also projected TJ Watt to win Defensive Player of the Year. And I'm like, I don't know how that could be possible. How
that doesn't add up.
How could he get 20 sacks and this team not win 10 games? Like, and you nailed it on the head when he said this team has gotten better from last year and the schedule is easier. If they won 9 games last year, I think you have to at least be, 50-50 that they can do it again, given those circumstances and variable changes. So yes. Yeah, I tell you what, no disrespect to our friends in the national team and SI, but like, I think we're more on track here than they are when it comes to evaluating the Steelers' outlook. So, I'll take it, and I'll take it as it is.
Yeah, people say it all the time. I'll say it as well. National media, they don't know what they're talking about, the Steelers, and we're going to hope that rides and that we're right on this one, because look, I like covering the Steelers. I like covering football. I like covering football in January. It's snowing, dude. I don't want to be here. Send me somewhere cool. Give me a weekend in LA, Vegas. You know what I'm saying? We're good, brother. Yeah, not Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.